So morning lovelies, beginning on your mat wherever you're most comfortable. And just checking in with yourself. How are you feeling today? What have you been up to? Do you notice any tightness, tension in the body from things you've been doing? Just acknowledge this and let your practice allow for this if you need to be softer in any way. And if at any time today we come into a pose that you know doesn't suit you or might aggravate one side, please come out of it, choose something else, or just adapt it in a way that you know works for you if it sort of aggravates certain joints in the body. And if there's another pose that you know sort of does the same thing, then please come into that. This is your practice. I'm here to guide you, but you know your body. Have a moment to root yourself down. It's lovely if we can do this every day. Just have that split second thought, I am rooted, imagining those roots into the earth. And then just checking in with your breath. It sounds such a strange thing to say, really, check in with your breath, because we're always breathing. But the amount of time in our day that we may be really conscious of the breath can be quite small and very fleeting. Even if you think about it for a little while, the mind will wander. So coming back to the breath, being in the moment with it, is that lovely anchor into the present. The breath can tell you a lot about what state you're in. If you're happy to breathe deeply to the belly and be comfortable and relaxed here, but if you notice your breath is very rapid and upper chest, this is linked with kind of more stress or being unsettled. So if you're lying down, have a few moments, just hug in, have a rock. And if you're seated and you just want to kind of roll the shoulders or flex a little bit through the spine, just move gently. We're going to come up for Zazen, for mindfulness of breath. As you move, you can just sort of check in again with what parts of the body might need a bit more attention today. So joining me seated in the most comfortable way for you, I always take a meditation cushion because it just allows you to sit a little bit more upright through the spine comfortably. So mindfulness of breath, let's do this for about 5 minutes. The 4 stages, counting the out breath 1 to 10, then the in breath 1 to 10, then we stop counting, and then by that time we are a lot more relaxed and very much in tune and really tuning into the breath and the way it feels in our body. So just resting your hands, Dhyana Mudra. Let the eyelids close, relax. And let's count 1 to 10, the out breath. And there's no rush. Let the breath be quite nice and long. Relaxing your face and shoulders. After 10, count the in-breath now, still observing the thoughts as they bounce around your mind. And then after 10, just stop counting, just breathe. Noticing if the mind starts to wander a little here. And let's just really bring our consciousness to the breath. From the nose, the movement of the chest all the way down to the belly. Let's take a few more moments just to follow our breath. And then we can blink our eyes open, coming back. How did that feel today? Could you have stayed there longer? Could you feel yourself just dropping down the layers of consciousness with that practice? Some days you'll feel really relaxed, and then other days the mind will just be making all sorts of other plans. So each time's different. Okay, we're going to come into turtle, our first pose. So a really nice stretch for the back. This does mean coming into, well, it's child's pose. If you need a little bit of padding behind your knees, then that can be quite nice, or a little cushion. So something just to release the compression that you get around the knee joint. Even a cushion behind you can be nice. Otherwise, we're going to come forward. You might want to block for the head. You might want it on quite a high height to start with. And just let the hands come to the feet. Keep changing your position if you need to, and you don't have to hold this the whole time if this aggravates anything.
When you first come into this pose, you're going to sort of feel tension perhaps in the belly, a tight pushing of the abdominal muscles. But gradually, if you can see if you can let them go, that sensation you might feel in the hip flexors. Notice if you're a bit tight in the upper chest and your arms are sort of tense, and just let the shoulders roll forwards. This is a deep, compressive pose. So just change things if you need to. What this does do is it creates a lovely stretch for your back, the whole length. Keep trying to relax your abdominal muscles as you breathe. As you relax the abdomen with the breath, you start to feel a nice stretch in the back of your body. Try to let your face relax as well. How do you feel in the pose now that we've been here a few minutes? Just check in with your knees and the tops of your feet and ankles. If that's starting to aggravate, please adjust. Relaxing the belly. A very grounding pose. Root chakra. Just noticing how you feel now in the pose. Keep checking in with the tension in the abdomen. And then we'll just take one more breath. Bringing your hands either side of your head to start with. We've had the head very low for the first pose, so lift slowly. Let everything come into focus. Take a moment, just in case any dizziness comes to the head. And then lie back. How do you feel about that pose? Is it one of those poses where you start and it's tight, tense, but then after a while there's a sort of a surrender feeling to it? So as we come flat on the mat now, unravelled from that little ball,
that compression where we've been in that squashed up state. What do you feel flowing through the body now? It's a really lovely one for your stomach meridian where we're resting on the shins. That follows the stomach line. Very nice pose for your bladder as well. Keep trying to relax the back if there's still a little bit of tension you're holding in the lumbar. And there's probably some spots through the legs that you can feel different temperatures or tingling. Maybe even through the front of your body. So gently, when you're ready, just bring your right knee in, then your left one, slowly. Again, just observing as you move how your body feels. So we're going to come into swan next time, but if that pose doesn't suit you, then from this position where we're lying, you can come into what we call thread the needle, which is like the reverse swan, where you have one foot across on the other knee, and then you just bring the leg away and hug round the thigh. So this is a little bit of an easier and more open position to be in. Otherwise, if you need to be a bit more relaxed, especially if it's hips, you can just literally come into the reverse position with the foot on the ankle. You're still getting a nice openness or encouraging an openness through the hips. So choose what feels better for you. We'll roll up. I like to use a cushion with this one underneath the buttock. So we'll start with the right knee forwards and the left leg back. Grab some support for under the right buttock so that we don't roll to the side. And just see how you feel with this. Even if you haven't got issues with knees and hips, this can be quite an intense pose at times. So it's nice to start in upright swan. Get a nice little curve into your lumbar spine, starting to feel that stretch in the buttock and thigh. Nice deep breaths here. Strengthening through arms and wrists as well. If you ever do have any issues with the hands, you can always use blocks and just sort of curl the fingers over. I know sometimes people's wrists can be tender. Okay, and then whenever you're ready, you can come into a lower position with this pose, all the way down or just onto your elbows, whatever feels right in the moment. Letting the head relax. And if you want a block for the forehead, you can use that too. So just trying to breathe to the belly. Deep breaths. Notice if your shoulders creep up to the ears and just see if you can sort of drop them, but in a nice relaxed way. What do you feel? Where do you feel it? After a while, that first initial shock of the deep stretch starts to soften.
come further down if you want to. Trying to soften the abdomen as you breathe. Again, this is a really nice one for the stomach and spleen as well. When you're in this pose, what's going through your mind? Are there any moments that sort of teach you something about yourself? This pose is good for all of the meridians that flow through our legs, so including the liver and gallbladder and the kidneys and the bladder. Let's take a few more breaths. It's really nice to notice the progress that you make in a pose when we're here for virtually 5 minutes. The starting feeling and then the ending feeling can be very different. So coming up ever so gently when you start to come out the pose. Coming onto your back. Oh, feeling that nice release out of that. Again, a compression in the right leg. Give your legs a little wiggle if you need to. Just make sure the knee's okay. And then just feeling what you feel is a real difference between the sensations in the right leg and the left leg. Different places that you'll feel chi sensations. Where does it feel refreshing? Some poses may not be your favourite, but it's a lovely feeling once you've come out. Tingly sole of the foot, perhaps. And then we'll hug in. Take a moment here. Enjoy a nice rock on the back. Let yourself be sort of massage the back a little first. Gentle movement as we hug the legs in, around the hips. This is nice to take the time to come into the poses as it is to be in the pose. So let's roll up. Left side now. So remembering that if you have to do reverse pigeon, stay back on the mat and just swap the feet to the other knee. Whatever feels right. There'll be times when you can do this. There'll be times when actually it just doesn't feel right. So, okay, left knee bent, right leg behind. Get your cushion because it really does let you stop you rolling to the side and just you can relax that left buttock when you're here. The more you can support the body, the less you have to hold the muscular tension. And breathe, relax. What will this pose, what will this side show us?
So even when you're in this upright swan, just see if you can relax the abdominal muscles as you breathe. Trying to keep the hips nice and level and forward facing. And just whenever you're ready, you can come down. You might want to stay up on the hands a bit longer. That's fine. Softening the front of your body. Just observing how you feel. Sometimes when you know what to expect, the other side seems in some way strangely easier. Or it's just that that side has a bit more give. If at any time you feel like you can wriggle your left foot more forward and level, then you can. These small adjustments might not feel right. So dropping the shoulders from the ears, but softening through the upper back. Relaxing any tight muscle in the abdomen. Witnessing your thoughts. Sometimes the tougher poses keep you a lot more aware of what's going on throughout the pose. Whereas the easier ones, it lends themselves to the mind wandering off more. Try to enjoy that deep stretch, following its journey in the pose where it softens. If you want to come down a little bit lower, you can explore that. So we'll take a few more breaths. Gently lifting up. Lift the head first, then come up onto the arms. And then we can just relax back in neutral spine. If you've got your pillow handy, just bring it up to the area where your head is. We're going to come into cat's tail next, and it's always quite handy for that. So lying back first. Enjoy. What do you feel? Where do you feel it? Just take a moment to wag your tail or rock your pelvis, just to let everything kind of go back into alignment. Where do you feel all the juiciness from that pose? Perhaps a lovely lot of tingling going on in the left leg. If your eyes are closed, tuning in a bit more. Keep trying to relax through your back, the waist and the buttocks. And then we'll gently hug in. So we've had two quite strong poses there. Turtle is a sort of deep compression, and swan certainly is as well. So it's always nice to move the body in a different direction. We'll come into a twist. So lying on your side. Now, if this pose doesn't suit you, and I know there are other twists you can do twisted roots or twisted deer, where we turn sideways over the bolster. So choose, if this one doesn't suit you, to do another one. Otherwise, cat's tail. Lying on your side, bringing your left knee over. Allow it to sort of be in line with the hip. It's nice to sort of support the body here. I like to use a pillow for the head. It just takes the tension out of the neck. And then if you can grab your foot, great. If not, don't worry about it. It's not the be all and end all of this pose. And then just, you're lying on your side to start with, but gradually just roll that shoulder back. If this aggravates your hip because you're lying on it, then use a lot more padding underneath. Or twisted roots is a nice alternative, because then you're not actually lying on the hip. So really try and relax your neck, lower back softening, release the buttocks. Nice loose grip on the hand and foot. A nice added benefit you get in this pose is you get a lovely long stretch also down the side of your neck and the top of your left shoulder. You don't really have to tilt back too much to actually feel this little twist later on. Following your breath, bring it to the belly. Feel that lovely twist of movement of the breath through your body. Just making sure your right thigh is relaxed. And you can let the leg that you're holding become heavy. Breathing to belly. Feel that lovely movement from belly up through the chest, up to the collarbone. If it starts getting easier, just roll back a bit more, but then relax everything again. So let's just take one more breath. Roll onto your side. Release your foot. And then ever so gently, because we've been in a twist, be very mindful of just rolling back onto your back, letting everything reset. Nice slow movements using different parts of the body. Sometimes there's as much care as coming out of a particular little shape and pose we've come into as going into them. Okay, relax. What do you feel? Checking in with the chi. Lovely deep sensation around the right side of the waist and the left side. So just gently let the feet fall out to the sides, relax through your legs, let everything relax on the way up. But even relaxed, you might feel slightly out of balance where you're feeling sensation one side of the body and not the other yet. So hugging in. Take a moment, no rush, just enjoy a nice rock on your spine. Deep breaths. And then coming up, just coming onto your mat so you're lying on your left side now. Again, if you've taken a different version of a twist, just do the other side of that one, just so that everything is equal. Otherwise, right, lying on the left, bringing the right leg over, grabbing your foot if you can, but don't worry if you can't. Sometimes there's days I'm quite stiff and it's hard to get hold of it. And then the lovely little pillow just to support the head and neck, rolling back. Take your time. You don't have to roll back all at once. The beauty of being in these poses for this length of time is that you can kind of incrementally just explore, allow the stretch, and then move a little bit more when you're ready. So as always, just trying to check through where you're tight and relaxing. Following your breath and rotating awareness around the body to relax. Witnessing your thoughts, there's a lot to do. If this aggravates any place in your spine, nerves, please come out of it or loosen in some way.
Just every now and then to ask yourself, am I completely relaxed? And then you'll look through the body and think, no, need to relax the neck, need to relax the waist. A really nice pose. Any twist is good if you're not feeling very confident about something. You're just feeling a little bit deflated in your own self-worth. A twist is good for restoring some of that energy. If you've been in the company of toxic people, a nice twist, which releases toxins physically, mentally, and emotionally. Good for your digestive system. Just check in whether you want to roll back a little bit more, if that feels right to move this way. So let's take one more breath. Gently release your foot. Slowly, slowly come onto your side. We're gradually bringing our spine into alignment again. And then just roll on your back. Take your time. Have a moment just to wriggle, find neutral spine. Just rocking the pelvis, wagging the tail. Closing your eyes. And again, just tuning into what you feel, where you feel it. Perhaps that feeling of balance now through your body. Keep trying to relax the tight areas, maybe still lower back. And then bring the knees in. We're going to have one more pose, coming to bench. So a nice, gentle, soft position where we lie back over the cushion. So I'm going to just come up to seated, pop your cushion behind your back. Just a few inches away from your body so that we don't curve into the lumbar and it's more the thoracic that we arch into. And then coming back. So we've come forward with turtle, twists and some deep stretch with swan. And then this is nice just to counterpose your spine. If you need support under your neck, it's nice to have a little rolled hand towel or something, or just adjust yourself so you're not creating tension around your neck.
Deep breath, maybe a long sigh. If you want to, you can pop a little blanket over you while you're lying here, because we'll come into relaxation in a minute. So even in this very restful pose, just see if there's even the tiniest bit of tension in your lumbar spine, lumbar back muscles. Relax the buttocks. And just checking in with the tilt of your head and your neck and your face. A nice pose to feel supported emotionally. Lovely for heart and throat. What's going through your mind? As you lie here, just maybe invite a beautiful white light into your heart and a royal blue around your throat. These are the colours linked with the fifth dimensional energy of the chakras. So gently, we're just going to lift our head, take a breath. Pull that little cushion away, come down for a moment. Just feel the difference. Let everything align. And just taking stock of how your body feels after your practice. Which parts feel better? A little bit more supple and spacious. Perhaps your breathing feels easier. The mind is more clear. And just generally feeling a bit more peaceful and blissful within yourself. So let's come into relaxation now. If you want to stay lying down, please do. Pop a bolster under the knees or eye pillow over your eyes. Or come seated. Get cosy and warm. We're June, but it's still a little chilly at times. Even if you don't need anything to be warm, just putting some fabric over you can feel very sort of nurturing, comforting. A little act of self-love today. So I'm going to just choose a little card. See what message we might be like to be given today. Oh. 2 cards have just flipped over, so I'm just going to read these two. And maybe they will mean something. Isaiah, it's a good time to give birth to new ideas and situations in your life. I'm watching over you, guiding you and protecting you during these changes. You are ripe with new possibilities and you feel an urgency to push into new territory. Beloved one, your home, your new and exciting life changes are inevitable. There's no turning back. Instead of playing it safe, you decided to move forward. That is why I'm with you right now, giving you the extra courage and comfort that you need. However, there is no need to rush. This is a time of incubation where nature can allow everything to grow in its innate rhythm. Be assured that your life change will hatch at just the right moment. In the meantime, know that God and the angels are watching over you. You are safe and very loved. Congratulations on the birth of this new period of your life. So maybe you've had a little idea, just something that you want to shift or change within your life. It doesn't have to be a thing. And then we have the second one. Sometimes these come together and they mean a complementary message. So, Amiga, victory. Your desire is coming to fruition. Keep up the good work. Congratulations, you have chosen to follow divine guidance, and the universe is flowing in natural rhythm with your decision. When you listen to the messages that your heart whispers, you swim in natural synchronicity with the tide of life's purpose. Stay relaxed and confident. Keep moving forward with happiness and grace. If along the way you notice problems occurring, then it's time to stop and center yourself. When problems occur, it simply means you're temporarily out of sync with universe's rhythms. There's no need for analysis or shame when this occurs. Simply meditate, breathe deeply, and wait for a strong feeling about your next move. Your victory is inevitable in this situation, so needn't worry that temporary problems will thwart your desire. Whatever happens is supposed to happen, and when it happens is the correct time. Release your doubts to heaven and rest assured that a happy outcome is yours. So very similar, those two. A new idea or a situation, and to keep going with whatever's in your mind. Okay, have a few more minutes just to ponder where those messages might fall in line with your life. Just relaxing. So as you sit there deep in your own thought, just notice if you can catch that thought. What thread were you on? Just come back to the breath for a few moments and be in this present moment. Take a few breaths just to feel your body move simply with the breath. How nourishing that can be. And then we'll start to gently move fingers and toes. Rocking the head or just tilting the head, whatever feels right. Looking forward to your day ahead. Taking rest if you need to, and maybe an early night for good night's sleep. Your body is always guiding you as to what it needs. Sometimes we ignore it, push through. So maybe trying to just honour your energy levels today. Bring your knees in if you're lying down. Have a hug and a rock, and then coming up to seated. Take your time, no rush. Just feel your body. Sometimes the body will just tell you, I need to slow down. I need to rest today, or a portion of the day, just taking some me time. So, when you're ready, bring in your hands to Heart Center. Om Shanti.
Namaste.